Looking at knee dominant patterns, and all that means is the knee is going to go through a bigger change in angle than the hip. So these are going to be your squats and your lunges. So we're going to start out with a basic goblet squat. And you'll have to figure out which combination of tension works for you. But we're going to stand on the band about hip width. And then we're going to hold our hands right under the chin in the goblet position. So the biggest thing is keep your elbows tucked under your hands. If your elbows are winging out, a lot of stress is going to go into your neck and into your shoulder. But keep you'll be in a much better place. And then from here, down into a squat, right back up. Side view. We're always going to initiate this with a hip hinge, so hips back. We're going to come down. We don't even need to get down to parallel, and then right back up. Making sure the low back does not round. So hinge, if it helps, pull your toes up. That'll get your rear end back, down into the squat and back up. In the forward view, what I like to do is keep my knees pressed against the band. We do not want your knees going in. So here, not here. And then right back up. So that's going to be your goblet squat, weeks 1, 2, and 3. From there, we're going to go into a side lunge. Now we're looking at weeks 4, 5, and 6, moving laterally. As you step, the foot you're stepping with needs to remain square. Then you're going to go down into your side lunge and then come right back up. Now, if you have something like a gallon of milk, something like that, I think it's about 8 pounds, you could hold it here and give yourself a little bit of resistance. Side view is important on this one. When you step, there's a big tendency to pull this through the knee. What I want you to do is get your hips back. Foot's going to hit, hips back, and then back to your start point. So my thought is, foot hits, I'm going hips back, and then shifting into my lunge, and then coming back up. So we're going to go 10 reps each side. The next progression, now we're going to start moving into our lunges. So weeks 7, 8, and 9, we're going to bring that pattern into the game. So with the lunge, we're going to do a step back lunge instead of a stepping forward lunge. It's just going to reduce some of the shear stress on the knee. So from here, we're going to step back and then come right back up. I'm still positioning more weight into my heel point so that I get more glute in the game. And then from the forward view, we want to make sure that knee is not buckling to the inside. You need the knee to line up with the middle of your foot as you step back into your lunge and pull your way up. It's very common for the knee to buckle in. That is not what we want. And then getting to the last progression, weeks 10, 11, and 12. Now going to do a variation of a single leg squat. So we're going to give you a little bit of a kickstand here. You're going to need your mini band. So we're going to go around the legs just below your knees. So I'm going to think about my right leg as my working leg. So I'm going to position the right leg, standing hip width. I'm going to slide my left leg back so that my toes are even with my heel. And then I'm going to go out about the width of my foot wider. And what I want to do is really be up on my toes. I don't want you putting much weight into this back foot. It's a kickstand. It's not designed for you to drive off of. What we want to do is put all of this weight into the forward foot. Now I'm going to keep this knee pulled out so that it's trying to pull my other knee in. Hip, knee, foot alignment. Your knee needs to line up with the middle of your foot all the time. From here, pull your toes up, get a good hip hinge, and then come out of it. Side view. Again, the hip hinge is critical. That way we get the glutes and hamstrings in and we're not just driving everything through the knee. So with all these patterns, it's very important to make sure your knees are not buckling to the inside. We want to make sure your knees line up with the center of your foot at all times.